I mean, this may change, but we just a couple of days ago had you kind of focusing in, so had the camera zooming in on a planet as you got near it. And there's some aesthetic reasons that we got rid of that and went this way. So this may change. Yeah, there's Paul especially, I think, likes the planet kind of not zooming in on individual planets because it gives you a different feel for what you're doing in that solar system, that you're more kind of alone and in this big space. Do you agree with that? I don't know. It's up to you. But those are the sorts of things we'll be trying, and the designers will be trying more than I hopefully will just give them what they need to try those things.
Yeah, well, let's go back to this old game. This was, I don't want to claim to speak entirely for Paul, but we were talking about different things we could do with the camera. Actually, last week I was over hanging out with these people all in person, and I was pretty fresh off a playthrough of Archon Masters, and Paul's been doing another fresh playthrough of it too. And we were talking about how to achieve this sort of you're getting closer feeling, right? And it was graduated in Archon Masters. As you got closer and closer to the sun, there were these sort of zoom levels. They weren't smooth, but there were distinct zoom levels where the ship stays a relative size, but it made you feel, I'm going to use some of Paul's words, but I agree with these too, which is, oh my gosh, space is huge. If we all grew up going to school and learning about the solar system diagram with all the planets in a little line, and then when you learn about, the actual distances between planets, although this is not a literal representation, the feeling still is space is gigantic. There's a lot of space. You can't just hop from a planet to another. So this approach, as we're calling it, and I was demonstrating here, is something I actually talked with Paul a lot about, and I'll just say for myself, right now I think Paul and I feel pretty strongly about it. One, that it highlights the planet and makes the planet feel very important. Normally you're cruising around and the system's important, but one interesting thing about this view, as opposed to say your melee view or your hyperspace view, is the ship's not the focal point. This makes me feel like I don't matter. And that's space, right? Space is huge. I'm just an insignificant ship flying around with all these massive objects. And getting this one view where the highlight is really this planet you just got near, and it's sort of telling a story of I'm about to get there, I'm about to get there, and then when you finally not land but go into orbit, not on a gas giant, obviously, but when you finally get into orbit, then you've arrived. And so there's a cool story feel to framing it that way, as opposed to oh, I can land on it. Why did I think I couldn't go to Jupiter? I missed my mark. But there's a real feel to framing it and saying you don't, not only do you not matter, but the amount of information we provide to the player tells a real story and has some. I was describing it to Paul as like there's a drama to this that isn't present when the camera is chasing the ship around all the time. And if you're watching the stream and you play other space games, I know you've played space games where the camera follows the ship all the time. And I was talking with Paul how it feels like you could say, oh, it's a bit of a relic, an old thing. People don't do it as much anymore. And I said, no, it's creepy. I like it. It makes me feel insignificant and weak, and I love it. So that's I mean, it's my emotional pitch for it right now. But who knows where we'll wind up? That's just where we are now, and what I think is unique and cool about doing it this way, even though it feels, you could say, outdated.